Hey guys, Joe here at JP Details with a 2018 Porsche GT3 which is with us for a paintwork enhancement detail, Gtechniq CSL Black 5-year ceramic paint coating, Gtechniq window coating and protection for the interior leather, fabric and plastic. We do plan to remove the wheels to allow a deep cleaning and protection process for the arch and ceramic coating of the wheels fronts and backs. We needed to purchase 2 new tools to do this job, totaling around £350. The single wheel nut on the GT3 is torqued up to something around 700 Nm of torque. So when the new tools arrive, we'll get the customer booked back in and I'll be sure to record a video. Within the last 2 years of the GT3 being on the road, it's had a front end PPF application including the front bumper, the bonnet, the wings, the sills and the rear arches. The owner isn't sure when this was done, but you would like to think that it was done soon after the vehicle was collected by the first owner. Either way, whoever or whenever the film was fitted, they didn't use self-healing protection film even though it had already been around for way longer than 2 years. Quite disappointing for the owner as he stated, but still it can be machine polished. As a result of the Porsche being wrapped in an outdated version of the stuff though, is that it's now suffering from the usual wash-induced swirl marks and various other minor/mild defects. In the grand scheme of things, this 4,000 mile example is in very good and cared for condition. Ideally it just needs a full paint correction and ceramic coating from the wheels up and then the car can really be enjoyed. The owner of the car is one of my oldest regulars and he actually approached me shortly after purchasing it and he said, "Joe, I want it absolutely immaculate." Okie dokie then, the 2-stage paint correction with the 5-year ceramic paint coating, the wheels off, the engine bay, the interior, the windows, everywhere, and it'll be £1.6 million please if only things were that easy. There's no denying that the Porsche would benefit massively from a paint correction, but the customer didn't want to go to that expense. An enhancement detail would be better suited apparently, said a local detailer, which I'll have to cover quickly in a second. So fair enough, I said, the enhancement it is then. Yeah please, and oh, what's the best price you can do on that? I recommended for my customer to hit up a nearby detailing firm who do PPF as I don't, because I do like to look after my customers. The main reason for this is that the GT3 owner wasn't happy with a few holes in the front bumper from where the previously bulky plate was fitted. He plans to have a small vinyl number plate fitted on there, so he's had the holes smoothed over and the front bumper fully painted. PPF would then need to be reapplied to the front bumper, so this is where Staffordshire Car Care come in. They did do an outstanding job of fitting the PPF to the front end of the GT3, and off my own customer's back he actually went ahead and got a quote from them to detail the whole car. The quote came back more than 50% less than mine, asking the question why mine was so much more expensive. I showed my customer that their quote was based on a new car detail, which the quote actually stated, whereas I think it needs more. I didn't ask for my customer to get a quote from them, and whilst we're on that topic, I've never actually obtained a false quote from a detailing business for my own marketing research. You would have to have your own insecurities to have to do that in the first place. So with SCC pushing more of an enhancement detail within their package, the customer wanted me to do the same with mine. One of them I guess, so the enhancement will suffice. I've purchased a new product for the occasion by the name of Gyeon PPF Renew, which is a specific polish designed for paint protection film. This will be my first time using the product, but not my first time using Gyeon stuff. I'll be using it in conjunction with a brand new Rupes white polishing pad. I have tested this combination on the top left of the bonnet, and I have also tested one of the Rupes polishes as well. I want to try and stick to the PPF polish though, so I can use it up, as I don't imagine I'll need it all that often. The owner did contemplate having all of the PPF replaced because the swirl marks and fine scratches are very noticeable, and this is across the whole vehicle, both painted and previously PPF'd panels. The only sorted panel at the moment is the front bumper minus the ceramic coating. So what can I tell you about the PPF Renew polish? Well, at this point I can tell you that the product is very easy to work with and it isn't dusty in the slightest. It breaks down really well into this lovely to work with structure, which is almost difficult to explain. It looks good when the residue is initially spread over the paint, and as it begins to break down you can see it before your very own eyes. It certainly isn't a thick product. It spins around effortlessly with the polishing pad, and it did look like it was doing a nice job of polishing the surface. My only initial concern is whether it will be abrasive enough to remove all of the defects. As it turned out, the Gyeon PPF Renew polish is quite weak, especially when being used with a soft polishing pad. In terms of the polish, I will compare it to the white Rupes polish, which is the softest polish that Rupes actually do. Perhaps it will be good for renewing PPF like the name suggests, and not correcting PPF, which is pretty much what I need it to do. I swapped over to the Rupes Yellow Fine Finishing polish in the hope that it is going to give me some more cut to knock back these swirls and defects. Hopefully I won't have to jump on a yellow Rupes finishing pad, because the Porsche paint will need a soft finishing stage, i.e. with the white pad, to fully refine the finish without any haze, lighter spots or darker spots, or potentially even holograms. The GT3 does have a pearlescent paint job, by the way, which is a mixture of candy red and volcanic orange, which is absolutely stunning under the lights. So luckily enough, I did find that the new polishing combination of the Rupes goodies suited the paint and defects, so I began making good progress over the car. There was a line in the bonnet put in by the polish somehow, and I'm not sure if it was the Rupes or Gyeon polish, but it did polish out with some isolated work further on in the detail. I'd say over the 911 the defects are very similar on the PPF areas in comparison to the condition of the exposed paintwork, giving us the sign that it must have been PPF'd very early on in its life. I haven't told you the best thing about this Gyeon PPF polish though yet. Well, it wipes off the surface far easier than any other polish I've ever used. It was a very nice product to work with, it's just a bit on the weak side. The PPF film wasn't as nice to work with in comparison to the actual paintwork, but that doesn't go to say that the PPF film still wasn't nice to work with itself. It was an experience for me, as I've never machine polished PPF before, or ceramic coated it for that matter. Not even a front end I don't think, just a few carbon wrapped roofs, wing mirrors and spoilers. I'd definitely say the old PPF areas took more machine polishing than the exposed areas of paintwork in order to remove the defects. I can't put my finger on why this could be, clear coat versus plastic I guess, with clear coat being easier to machine polish and level down, whereas plastic must be more resilient. Who knows, the GT3 is now looking stunning, and that's all that matters. In an ideal world, the Porsche would want to be given a fine compounding stage to concentrate solely on removing the defects, followed with the ultra-fine finishing stage to focus purely on refining. This would have potentially produced a 99% defect-free finish with an incredible gloss level, whereas the enhancement detail, I think I'll be lucky to hit 80%, maybe 85%, with having to cut and refine the paint in just the one stage. Both the Rupes Bigfoot machines and Mini Bigfoot machine were utilised across the entire bodywork of the 911, bringing the finish back to what most people would consider as immaculate. I hit the bonnet 3 times in total, twice with the PPF Renew and then once with the Rupes Yellow combo. The rest of the exposed paintwork received a good single stage machine polish, which did remove the vast majority of the swirl marks and defects. I completed the toothpickery work of the vehicle and such things as wiping down with IPA, cleaning the windows, attending to the interior, cleaning the engine bay compartment and the luggage area prior to applying the Gtechniq ceramic coatings. We applied the first layer of Gtechniq Crystal Serum Light to provide further protection for the PPF and to protect the exposed areas of paintwork. We followed with 2 layers of Gtechniq XO-V4 to provide the ultra slick surface to assist with the water beading and the easy cleaning effect. The interior Gtechniq coatings were applied and the Gtechniq G1 Clear Vision Smart Glass for all external windows before we both stood back and admired the beautifully prepared 911 GT3. It was a good week in the unit that week with the 718 Boxster S, the 911 GT3 and the Carrera 4S, which were all undergoing treatment. The owner of the GT3 was over the moon when he came to collect his pride and joy.
Don't care about anybody else but you. Hold back all the things I feel. If I hold back, maybe they're not real. What if I don't and just let you deal? Would you go? Let me know. So what if I just lose my mind? Make a scene and run around. Show you what I feel inside all the time. Hey.
Get out of the shop. Oh, stunning that is. How fast have you gone in it? Okay. I was looking at them last night on eBay. Around 50. Yeah, a GT3 RS around 50 for the first gen. Oh, 04 or something.
As always, thank you for watching. Please make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss future content, and please make sure those notifications are fully turned on. Be sure to give me a follow on Facebook and Instagram, just search JP Details, and I'll hopefully catch you in the next one.